Follow me to the distant hill. Listen to the sounds of the whippoorwill. Birch trees budding, spring has come. The calyx season now is done. Ostara walks this fecund land. Lambs are birthing, fed by hand. Flowers bloom, the air smells sweet. Wheat is growing, there's bread to eat. Children chase the mad March hare. Follow the clues to the eggs in his lair. Painted eggs, chocolate and buns. Sticky, iced, and hot crossed ones. This is a time for new beginnings, planting bulbs and tending seedlings. A time when we discover anew the love the goddess has for me and you. By Raven Willow Rune. Ostara represents the first day of spring. It is a celebration of the spring equinox and is a time of renewal, regeneration, resurrection, and the fertility of the earth. This is a time of balance between the hours of daylight and darkness as Mother Earth reawakens from her long winter sleep. I welcome the breaking of day, the arrival of dawn, the birthing of spring. Let this Ostara be my awakening to hope, to honor, to loyalty, to love, to justice, and most of all to wisdom. So mote it be.
Hello my honeys, so happy Ostara. It is a very rainy day and I've been waiting all day to get our beautiful ritual done and come out here and film. And I just took care of my fairy altar a little bit. I deadheaded some flowers and kind of just regular maintenance that I will be doing throughout the year and throughout the growing season. Sorry in advance if the background noise is really loud. I have my microphone, but the pool filter here is super loud and it seems to kind of go all day. So first, to start us off, I wanted to do a little unboxing of the beautiful Faerie attraction kit from the Tiny Cauldron. I know a couple of you ordered it with me and are going to be be following along with a ritual. So I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to everybody else who's out there talking to me live. I love this so much and I would love to be able to do this for every Sabbath and maybe special occasions throughout the year. So let's get right to the box. So this is the box I received from Sarah from the Tiny Cauldron over at the Tiny Cauldron, and it is so gorgeous. When I opened this up, I was thinking, wow, it's really fluffy when it was in the parcel bag, and look at this. It is just packed full of Spanish moss. as a cushion and to keep things from getting bashed around in the mail, because y'all know how the mail people like to bash things around. They are not careful at all. So I'm going to carefully open this up. If you want to unbox yours with me, if you got one, or if you're watching this on a future date, that's so amazing. Like, you can follow along with me in a fairy attraction ritual. So here we go. There's the box off, and look, she does this beautiful wax stamp seal. I'm going to try to find somewhere that I can put this that it's not going to get wet. Maybe I'll hold it with me. So we have our Spanish moss bed, and I'm going to carefully open it up. So here we have our oil. Look how beautiful. I love how she includes these tags. The tags say everything that is on there, all the ingredients and everything. And look how beautiful this oil is. Gorgeous. So if you're interested in purchasing this little kit, you can use my coupon code B, which I link right there, and the link is down in the description. B will give you 15% off, and it works on your entire cart. So for future rituals as well, and other amazing things that they have. So we have our salts. Gorgeous. Look at those nice chunky salts. I believe the same ingredients are in there. So pretty. Here's their little tiny cauldron. Love it. Oh, look at all those herbies in there. So pretty. I love it, love it. I'm so scared. Everything around me is wet right now, so I'm so scared everything is going to get wet or be dropped. So I'm being very careful. Let's see. So under our moss bed, we have our little sachet. So our sachet of herbies. There's that. I'm going to read what is in there. It has oak, ash, hawthorn, elderberry, lavender, yarrow, and delphinium. Very cool. We will be opening this up and sprinkling it as a little offering in our altar. And then we have a beautiful, this is one of my things I was most excited about for this kit. And it's a sweet little bell. Look at it. I love it so much. So, and then the last thing in this kit, I believe, besides a little pamphlet, I'm going to set this aside. Hold on. Alrighty, so the last, it's starting to rain again. Hopefully we can get through this without me having to stop. Let's see, so we have this beautiful scroll. I will be using this little stringy, so keep that handy if you're following along. And look at this paper. So amazing. Gorgeous. So attracting the fae. Here's that. I'm going to keep a little bit of it secret so that it's extra special for those of you who actually want to go and support them. So attracting the fae, and I will be reading a couple of these little prayers and blessings, and then keeping some of them more private for those of you who wanted to, just so they're a little bit more private for those who are actually following along. So, and then this little card from the Tiny Cauldron. Thank you for your purchase. No, thank you, Sarah. This is amazing. I love it. So excited. So that's what we have in here. Let's get started. Alrighty, I also wanted to add, if you wanted to participate in the separate little Ostara ritual that I will be doing, that is not as related to the fairy side, and you don't need the kit for it, but you just need a couple of little household items that I'm sure you all have. We have some cream or milk, some sugar, honey. You don't need this much, but you just need a little bit of dash of sugar and a little drip of honey, and then some kind of earthen bowl or a glass bowl will even do. If you don't have something like that, then even a plastic bowl is perfectly fine. It's all about your intention and the energy you're putting into it. So go ahead and gather those items if you'd like to follow along in this separate little portion of our ritual, and let's get to it.
So I'm starting out with the salt, and I'm taking some time with it to really feel its energy, as well as kind of just state my intentions. And you can even say the blessing at this time as well with each of the items. If you want to say the blessing that is on the Faerie attraction little pamphlet, you can do that with each item, just to kind of solidify your intentions and the purpose of the item. But I am taking the salt and placing it in a pentacle in 5 spots around my Faerie altar. So plants actually don't even really like salt that much, so I'm only doing a small amount. You can also put it in a bowl on the altar instead of putting it directly on the soil if you were doing something similar to me. But I decided to just do small parts since my altar stays outside and it has been raining a lot, so I knew a little bowl of salt would get just washed away. Next I have the sachet of herbs, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm smelling the herbs and really feeling out the energy that they give me. So I'll be taking the herbs and sprinkling them clockwise around the altar, so that they can work to attract the Fae and really just invite their energy into the space. This sachet has the chunkiest, most beautiful smelling herbs, by the way. I highly recommend the tiny cauldron, and Sarah has been such a pleasure to work with. You'll notice that some of my plants look a little droopy. It's because it was raining all day and the extra water kind of packed them down and made them a little wilty, but they definitely perk right back up as soon as the sun comes back out. And I sprinkled a couple little what was left in the center of the altar. And look at this beautiful flower. The honeybees and the butterflies are in love with that species. I highly recommend it if you are starting a pollinator garden or a flower garden. They make the most beautiful periwinkle colored blooms. So I'm taking some time with the altar now. It's kind of just feeling its energy, stating my intention again. And I'm going to be taking the oil and placing the drops of oil around the perimeter of the little planter that I have, and then I will be kind of rubbing it in and also stating my intentions again. So if you have different intentions for this, you can also use your different intentions and have a completely different use for this altar, but I decided to go with attracting the Fae into this space and using this altar as a home for them in my garden, where they can come and feel safe and protected, and where I can also leave my offerings in the future so that they can protect my garden and help in any way that they wish. So it's really important when you're working with items for all the baby witches out there, that you really feel out the energy of what you're working with and make sure you are putting your intentions out there. It's really about visualization and knowing what you want from a spell or ritual, and then making sure you state that either in your head or out loud. Either works, but you need to make sure that you are really solidifying that intention in your work. That's what makes a spell powerful and also your own. So I'm now taking a couple drops of the oil and placing it on the bell. This little bell makes the sweetest chime, by the way. I'm rubbing the oils onto the bell, again stating my intentions. I know it might seem redundant, but the more energy and intention you can put into something, the better. So the little stake, I think I forgot to mention in my previous video, I actually got it at Target in the little dollar section they have right now, in their spring dollar section, and it was only $1, so I just took it and I painted it black, as you saw in the beginning of the video, and I am using it as a little bell holder so that the bell can hang freely. And I'm using the string that came on the little pamphlet earlier. I'm just measuring it out and seeing where I want the bell to hang. And then I'll be tying a knot 3 times. I'll obviously be cutting the strings later on. But the spell just looks so sweet hanging in the altar. So now I'm moving on to the second part of the ritual. I have my sugar, my cream or milk, which I'm using cream. I'm holding a selenite egg that I got from my Sugar Muses Deluxe box this month. If you received that box, go ahead and grab it if you wish to put it on the altar as well. And then I have an earthen bowl, which I actually have a wooden mortar and pestle. And then some honey, and then I also just held up some of the berry incense that I received in the Sugar Muses box, and their flora oil that I received in the box as well, and the herbal offering. So thank you, Sugar Muses, as well for those beautiful items in this month's box. I'm taking the flora oil, and I will be anointing my third eye chakra as well as my neck and my wrists. This is a beautiful smelling oil. I really, really enjoy it. And I love the cute little roller bottle it's in. So again, stating my intention for the oil. This is something I always do with the oil so that I can smell it and I can really feel its energy. So I'm rubbing the extra oil onto the pestle. And then I am pouring the cream into my bowl. At this time, you may say your blessing, which I will say, or you can also just state your intention or give thanks to the earth or the fairies or whatever you wish to be to use this offering for. I will be using it eventually, you'll see, at the base of a tree as an earth offering, and then also in my fairy altar as an offering to the fae. So I'm sprinkling in some organic cane sugar in another clockwise motion. Isn't this just the prettiest little jar, by the way? Next I have the honey. I got this little honey jar from Target in the Magnolia section, and it came with a sweet, sweet little honeycomb. I am so in love with it. So I'm drizzling the honey in the clockwise motion again, stating my intention for the honey, which was to bring sweetness to my life, abundance, and health, especially during this time. And of course, to bring sweetness, health, and abundance to those who enjoy this offering as well. So next I have my little herbal sachet from my Faerie attraction kit. And I'm sprinkling some into my hand, stating the intention again, and then I will be sprinkling it into the mixture that I have made so far. Next, I'm adding a little bit of the herbal offering from the Sugar Muses in as well, because you can never have too many flowers. And then I have a couple of little pansies and flowers that I picked off my altar because the rain damaged their stems, so I'm also placing those in there. And now I will be stirring together the intention. Here's a little look. Isn't it beautiful? That's my favorite part, seeing all the herbies in there. But yes, I'm praying over it now, or just stating my intention. And then I will be stirring all these beautiful ingredients together. During this time, you can also be saying the little blessing. I make this offering to the earth as thanks for the many blessings I have received and those I shall someday receive. So mote it be. So this is a tree I'll be planting it under, or not planting, but leaving it as an offering under. It's this beautiful fan palm that is at the Airbnb where I'm staying at right now. As you can see, there is already some in there because the first time I poured some in, I forgot to press the record button. But I am pouring this in and then also saying that blessing. I'll also leave the blessing down in the description. Now I like to just kind of take some time with Mother Earth and feel her energy and her love and her abundance that she's bringing us and give thanks. So back to the altar, I have my incense that I am lighting. This is the most glorious smelling incense. Y'all know how I love my fruity smells. And I'm sticking it right into the soil. Mostly because I do not have an incense holder at my Airbnb with me, and I am cleansing the selenite egg in the incense smoke, stating my intention for cleansing and purifying. Now I'm taking the floral oil and I am going to be anointing the egg and stating my intention. My intention for this egg is for the Fae to charge it so that I can actually remove it from my altar and meditate with it while enjoying their energy and their protection. It's important that when you leave an offering for the Fae that you don't leave something that you're going to want to take back. So it's important to state your intention for crystals or other things that you might remove from your altar, that you're not leaving it as an offering, but as a vessel for them to fill with their energy. Next, I'm taking my little offering bowl, which is actually a tea light holder, and I am filling it with some of the delicious honey sugar milk mixture that I've made, trying very carefully not to spill it all over myself.
Candle is lit, the salt is abound, the offering is laid, the spell said out loud. I'm ready to listen for the patter of feet. If the fairies doth will it, so mote it be. Next, I'm sprinkling some of the herbal offering herbs and flowers onto my little wooden plate for the Fae to enjoy. And I am just so in love with how it has turned out. It is so beautiful, and as soon as I planted the flowers into this little urn planter, they blossomed and it bloomed and did so amazing. I close this circle, the spell has ceased. It's time to dance, to play, to feast. Entities, spirits, unwanted beings now tethered, I cast you out of this space unfettered. Little folk, my ancestors, my limbs are alighted. Your spirits run through me, I leave you ignited. So what did y'all think? Did you do the ritual with me? How are you feeling? What else did you do for Ostara? Let me know down below. I would love to hear your ideas and your inspiration. So thank you all for joining me. I love you all so much, and I'm so happy that we were able to talk together and interact with each other in this way. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, and I will talk to you later. Blessed be.